What's up, guys? Tom Davis here, America's Canine Educator. On this episode, I'm going to teach my 10-week-old Dutch Shepherd puppy how to sit. On this episode, we're going to integrate the sit command in with the heel command. It's very important for safety purposes and just for basic obedience for your dog to know sit, because it's the foundation work of any other command, and I really integrate the sit into a bunch of other commands, and it makes it a lot of fun because the sit command is fairly easy for most dogs. I would say 9 times out of 10, people coming into the Upstate Canine Academy, they know sit, but only for a treat, which means they really just know this command, which means they sit because I'm in this position. They actually don't understand the actual command or the behavior or the marker that means sit. They don't understand that. They understand the body language and the smell of food, which then positions them into sit. And like I said, I'd say 90% of dogs do sit like that. Where I'd like to get dogs is off-leash sits, which means if they're out playing in the field, you say, dog, Fido, Lakota, sit, and they stop what they're doing and they sit. So going back to the food-motivated sit command that most dogs know, they swing in front of you, they present a sit, you either give them a reward or you don't, and if you don't do it quick enough, they're going to walk away. So the sit command for me could be a 30-second sit, a 3-second sit, or a 20-minute sit. But when I say sit and I'm standing next to the dog, they shouldn't move or get up unless I release them or I break them out of the sit. So far, Lakota's just learned the heel command, and I think the sit's going to come pretty quick because she sits regardless without the marker, but she still sits because she's really interested and engaged to what I have to do. So I think, and I predict that Lakota's going to learn sit fairly well. So I'm basically going to set the camera down, and I'm going to prove to you that she doesn't know sit by saying it multiple times. And then, hopefully by the end of the video, depending on how long it takes, she'll know sit, and you guys will know how to get your dog to sit. And it's not the only way. I mean, so many people have different ways to do it. I'm just showing you guys how I do it, and I'm going to show you step by step how I do it, and I hope it helps you guys out. So one of the more important things with any command is just making sure your timing's properly. So when she does the exact behavior I want, like any command, I'm going to reward her as fast and as soon as I can. So we'll start off with the heel. Lakota, heel. Heel. Good. Good. Good heel. So what I'm going to do is basically just ask her to sit multiple times. Try to put her in that sit with leash pressure and pushing her butt down. And the moment she lands in that sit, she gets rewarded. So the first thing I do with Lakota is bring her out to the training field, and I say the command sit over and over again for a couple seconds, and then I help her with a little bit of leash pressure, and I push her back end down to put her in that position, and when she's in, I keep saying sit, and then I reward her with the sit command. So then I bring her out into another heel, and again, it's important to stay consistent with your sit command. So right here I'm saying sit, sit, sit over and over again. The moment she locks in that sit, the moment I immediately reward her with the reward. So here I'm going to help her sit by pushing her back end down again, leash pressure, good sit. And I'm repeatedly saying good sit and marking that command properly. So here again, I'm asking her to sit over and over, a little bit of leash pressure to pop her up, and boom, right there, she gets that reward, and I'm congratulating her to tell her, good job, good sit, that's what I asked for, very good job. So here again, I'm going to do leash pressure up, I'm going to say sit, sit, Lakota sit, over, and boom, there you go. Reward that sit, good job, good girl, give her the food, and then start again. I bring her back into a heel, I say Lakota sit, sit, boom, good girl, over and over again. You're congratulating that command and telling her that's exactly what you're asking her to do, and you're being very clear about it. Again, I'm going to go into a heel, Lakota sit, leash pressure sit, good girl, and again, giving her that reward and letting her know that's exactly what I asked. So this is where it starts to get exciting. As you can see, she's sitting consecutively, and I'm being very clear. I'm not having to put a ton of pressure on her. I'm asking her to sit, and she's simply doing that, and I'm rewarding her right on time. And this is really, really why I like working with dogs who are super food motivated, because they want to work. And as you can see, she's doing multiple sits in a row. She's doing very, very well. So I bring her out to reset her for a second. I'll ask her to heel, and then I'm going to ask her to sit again. And then I just sit, Good girl. So I do that little reset just to give him a little mental break. Take, 4 seconds seat, break again, and then put her back into a heel, and then back into a sit. Very good girl. So here I just changed up the camera angle so you guys can see a little bit better on a different perspective. And here's where I'm going to start driving home the sit command. So I'm going to give her a 4-second break in between. I'm just going to heel her, and then after the heel I'm going to put her into a sit. Now I'm going to start driving home the fact that you have to sit for long periods of time until I release you. So here she's going to get up, I'm going to put her back into a sit, and then I'm going to release her. Very good. And that's the important part about the sit I was talking about in the intro. Your dog needs to sit, good, until you release your dog. So I'm going to put her back into a sit because she jumped. So this early stage sitting command at 10 weeks is going to be very, very useful in the long run. So I'm holding that sit. She's heeling, she's focused heel, she's looking right at me, and she can't move until I release her like that. So then I'm going to good girl, and that's important. It's very, very important in your sit command to make sure that you are doing longer sits and not just sitting for the reward and then releasing. It's important that you do a long sit so they get used to sitting for long periods of time. So as you guys can see, Lakota did very well. It's important for you to understand with any command, your timing is key. Whenever your dog gets to the behavior or movement or command or position you want to accomplish, it's important that you reward your dog at that very moment because timing for dogs is crucial. And it doesn't have to be food. It could be anything from, a pet on the chest and good boy or good girl. But dogs need that automatic reward right when they get in the position they need to be to make your commands and your dog's life a lot easier. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to go home and throughout the day I'm going to keep doing sits all day until she's 100% all the time and she knows the commands with food or without food. And then as she gets better and better with her off-leash commands, as she gets a little older, we'll start doing sits on command off-leash regardless of the scenario or the environment. So thank you guys so much for watching Lakota's 10-week progressional command on sit. I think she did really, really great. She probably banged it out within 15 to 20 minutes. She's super motivated. She's really connected with me in a good way, and my timing was really good. And again, guys, the timing is important. The moment your dog gets in that position, you reward. Doesn't matter if you have food or not. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions for next week, leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video or you think somebody else would enjoy this video, please share it with your friends, and we'll see you next week, guys.